Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Season 4 of the BVTCC. We are here for Round 1 at Donington National Park, and we are bigger, better, faster, and louder. So, let's get it underway. We are a couple of minutes away from qualifying. So, and that's the new driver, Wilson, getting it all wrong there. What a nice thing to turn on to. So, here we go. As we are, Season 4 of the British Virtual Touring Car Championships. We have new teams, new drivers, old teams, old drivers, and some returning champions. Yes, that's right, Carl Benton is back for Season 4 to try and reclaim his title that Simon Trebek took off him last season. As you all know, how we are at Donington Park National, and hello there, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. We are at Donington Park National. Well, that threw me, that did. Sorry. And we, right, hang on, I've lost my train of thought. What was we doing? Right, yes, we are at Donington Park National. As we all know the schedule by now, if you are a massive touring car fan, it is qualifying results from race 1. Race 2 is the standings of race 1, and race 3 will be a 6 to 12 reverse grid set by our spinny wheel. So we are going to get underway to qualifying very shortly. We have a new format of qualifying, as does the real life touring cars, and that is we have gone for what's called the top 6 shootout. So let's get rid of all these extra things on the screen, and then we can skip to so we are just about to get underway to qualifying. So the new format of qualifying is every competitor will have 10 minutes to qualify. They can set as many laps as they like. They can come back to the pits as many times as they like. They can change their setups as much as they like. But once that 10 minutes is up, that's your lap time done and dusted. Apart from the top 6 that will get a 1 lap shootout. Excuse me. They've got they come back in the pits. They've got 5 minutes to do whatever they need to do, tweak hits, set up, set the fuel out, whatever, and then they can do a 1-shot lap to see if they can improve. So we will be moving to qualifying in a moment. Hopefully very, very soon. Awesome. And that is okay. 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, I just literally just put it in the chat for you.
Just typing to you. I haven't got the password.
He crashed. His PC's PC dead.
PC or something. Oh, I see the password now as well. I'll try and log on after.
Typically, innit? Look.
Okay, here we go. So this is qualifying. As everybody starts peeling out the pits, there's okay, so we've got sound, we've got everything. How are we all doing, guys? Right. Let's see if we can capture somebody that's out. Where's my cameraman is doing nothing. Here we go. And we're on with Alan. The first guy out is Alan Axon to make his debut. Leading the charge. As I said, Alan is a returnee, but he missed last season. So Simon had to go out and do it all on his target. Callum Wilson is a new driver. He's just trundling around at the moment. We're just trying to get a bit of space to do a on lap. Very nice livery on the BMW. He's a newcomer this season. So Alan Axon with a what a time to change over to Alan there, where he's all over the shop. Let's put the qualifying box up, shall we? And then he'll bail out this lap, surely. Just a bit of a bad lap there for. So we're the first time on the board. And that is Matthew Williams with 109.4. Gareth Howells. Gareth Howells taking pole position now. He has indeed. Took behind Stuart Bartley there in the virtual motorsports. Oh, good personal best there for a purple sector for Gareth Howells. Green's a little bit small for me. I needed something a bit bigger. Down in sector 2. Move down to P2 goes Gareth Howells. That is. He was taking pole off him. Adam. And I'm very sorry for butchering your name, but Adam Chimwelski takes pole position at the moment in the Infinite Loop Racing Team BMW. With a 109.1 second. A lot of people surprising here at the moment with their times. Callum Wilson now goes pole position. I've got to admit that it's a beautiful livery that, and that's a 109.113 for Callum Wilson. Purple sector 1. trying to flick through camera. Oh, no, you can't. Oh, and that's the infinite loop going backwards into the tile. It looks like the old hairpin. Oh, you can barely hear me. Okay. Let me sort that out. How does that sound? Does that sound a bit better, or am I still a little bit quiet? Could also be turn the sound down a little bit. Still very cool. Hello. Oh, do you know?
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. I don't know why my mic's so quiet. Sounds fine. Hey, Mikey! Bloody hell, mate. Long bloody time. I need to change drivers here because we're just looking at one in the pit. Let's have a look at a new guy here. Dave Brewster in his lovely pink Ford Focus. Currently sitting P12 with a 109 at 113. So, oh, I bet that's better, isn't it? I've just turned my gain up a little bit. That was the personal best in Sector 2 for Brewster. Is he going to improve? He does indeed. Up to P9 goes Brewster in the Ford Focus. That's better. I had my gain on like minus 15 for some reason. So, let's go to Alan Accent, who's currently P13 at the moment. That's not a good start for the Unlimited Esports guys. A little bit. Simon Trebek though, he's not in. He's chilling out. We seem to have lost. Our two-time champion, Kyle Benton. He's having a few technical issues by the looks of it. So back to Callum Wilson, who's currently on the pole sitter with a 109.113, and he's done a purple sector. Purple middle sector. Does he improve his time? With 37 seconds to go, everybody that's on a lap now will. And it's a 108.62. Adam sitting P2, Simon P3, Samuel Dowman is P4. Dowman is he's got a purple first sector here. 6 is Matthew Williams, who's sat in the pits as well, and we So everyone will be making their way back to the pits now. So let's have a look at the top 6, shall we, at the moment. We can have a look at the session standings for now. Although that's not working. So we're not going to get that. So I can tell you now that Callum Wilson tops the table for the time being with a 108.6. It is then Adam Chmielewski in P2 with Simon Trebek P3. Samuel Dowman is P4. Gareth Howells is P5. And Matthew Williams rounds out the top 6. So them are the 6 that will get the chance to go out and have one last shot at potentially one more go. So hopefully everyone has read the message. I know somebody is looking for my stream. Where is it? It's here somewhere. So we have a couple of minutes to go, and then we shall get underway for the one lap shootout. Hopefully everybody is in the pits, so they will have let's put the timer on so we know what we're looking at. Here's the timing, and with 40 seconds to go. So give me 2 seconds and we'll won't show me the session results because the session isn't over yet, unfortunately. So, but I can tell you, right? So, unfortunately, I'll have to just lift it off. For P7, it is Patrick. P8 is Antonio Chow. 9 is Francesco Vale Gonzalez. 10th is Alan Axon with Kieran Evans, the returning Kieran Evans. 11th, Archie Jardine is P12 with David Brewster 13th. Stuart Bartley is 14th. Stephen Gascoigne is 15th. Anthony Hyde is 16th. 17 is Lawrence Green. And Aaron Jackson is 18th. 19th is Tyrone Frith. And 20th is Jamie Solder, sorry. So, here we go. This is the one lap shootout. This is Matthew Williams starting his outlap. Callum Wilson is also out, getting them tires as warm as he possibly can. So it's a purple sector for Matthew Williams. (19.221) for Matthew, quickest sector one at the moment. Gareth Howells with a 19.22, quicker in sector 2 as well for Matthew with a 22.753. They're all rolling in now. Callum with a 19.19 on his outlap, fastest lap, not outlap, sorry. 22.6 for sector 2 for Callum. And that's Adam Chimwelski feeling out of his lap there. That's him done for the evening. Callum Wilson does not improve. Matthew Williams 5th. He has moved up 1. Samuel Dowman is P4. Simon Trebek stays P3. Thank you ever so much for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you very ever so much. Very ever so much? I'm sorry. So, 4 minutes. It's a bit strange because everybody should be still out doing some laps now, and unfortunately they're not. We might have to something we can just adjust and edit, but we can potentially skip to warm up. So guys, get your predictions in. Who is going to be the top 3? Personally, I think it's going to be exactly what it is now, and that's Callum, Adam, and Trebek. It's nice to see Trebek has come back, and he's bouncing straight up against at the front. It's in the top 3 again. Didn't even see him in there. So, sorry for the silence at the moment, guys. There's not an awful lot we can talk about. Unless you want to have a chat.
Well, hello there.
Thank you ever so much for the follow. Who be that? Oh, so you're Kieran's brother. Okay, Koki. So I think we are now I can actually get you the session results. There we go. That is the session results, ladies and gentlemen. It is Callum Wilson. That is your pole sitter for this evening's first race. Adam Jimwelski is P2 and Simon Trebek P3. Samuel Downman is P4, another newcomer that, and Matthew Williams P5. Gareth Howells is P6 with Patrick. I still can't think of his name, how to say it properly. Is P7. Antonio is P8 with Francesco P9, 2 teammates in the BMW. Alan Axon rounds out your top 10. With Kieran Evans P11 and P12 is Archie Jardine. Thank you very much. David Brewster, newcomer, is P13 with Stuart Bartley in P14.
Oh, shut up, just shut up. Will you please? Shut up, shut up, shut up, I tell you, shut up.
15th is Stephen Gascoigne in the BMW with Anthony Hyde P16. Lawrence Green is 17th and Aaron Jackson is 18th. 19th is Tyrone Frith and Jamie Solder is P20. We will have 2 more at the back of the grid. We have Jean Michel, I don't know why I'm saying it French, Loriax in the Hyundai, and Carl Benton should be at the back of the grid. But we will see. So we have just got... Thank you very much for redeeming all those guys. That really put me off. So they will be going out for the practice, a bit of a warm-up before race starts. Kieran Evans leading them out. Nice to see so many on the grid as well. Oh, power slide by Mr. Howells. So we need, I'll tell you what, I need about 14 monitors, I think, to be fair. There we go. Now the cameraman's working as he should do. He's flicking through the people now. There you go. That is... Don't do that, mate. Full screen, please. Thank you. My Discord's going crazy. So Carl Benton is back in. That is good, and we have 22 people. Seems Evans has some issues with that vehicle of theirs. So guys, everyone watching, first of all, welcome in everybody that is watching, and yeah, thank you very much for the followers and everyone that has redeemed the points as well. Welcome in. This is the BVTCC. We are an as real as we can possibly get community. We run the touring cars relatively as close to the real thing as we possibly can. And we do. So, you know, we try our best to try and keep it within very similar rules as the real touring cars. Not only that, but we have some fantastic support series coming up with touring cars. It's not your kind of thing. We also have our BVWEC endurance community that if endurance racing is your kind of thing, jump on in, and they've got you back. So at the moment, we've currently got some retro touring cars as a support series, which is the 80s and 90s touring cars, which most of the guys love them. That's a 5-round championship run on SimGrid. We also have Porsche Cup, that's run on Le Mans Ultimate. As I said, we have BVWEC, which is obviously the endurance racing. We've got the full endurance, plus we have Sprint Series. And there's many things we do. We do many things. We are just going to be letting the clock run down to, oh, pardon me, 0, and then we'll be skipping straight to race. If any of you guys are on social media, you know, Instagram or X, hop on over, give us a follow. We always follow back. You know, we like to share the love. Also check out our partners, IG International Gamers. They're there to help guys like myself and everyone else who streams to get a leg up on the board and try and get you guys to affiliates and things like that. There's loads they can do. You know, there's loads of people there that can help you with certain things. I believe the link, it's not in my profile, but it is in our Discord, so jump on in, check them guys out. They'll help you out a lot. What I should have done is use this actual time to go get a drink, because I've got a mouth like Gandhi's flip-flop. Oh, and that's Chow going backwards. Hopefully they can get that Beamer sorted and straight back out onto track before race. So just a minute to go now, and we are driving around with Samuel Dowman in the Honda Civic. Oh, Benton. Not many people out on the track at the moment. So that's the end of the warm-up. So here we go. We're going to be getting ready for the race. Got what I was going to do.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
There we go. That is what we wanted to hear. We wanted to hear the little man telling us that it is all ready and clear to race. That is our time to get ready. There they all are, lining up on the grid. That is a beautiful grid we see there. Two BMWs start the way. $18 laps in the book. There'll be a formation lap before they even start. Let's just be waiting for them to start the roll-off round. Donington National. Then we can get underway. Hopefully everybody remembers, and there they go. We are on our way. So let's bring up this bad boy. So here we go. This is, at the moment, it is Callum Wilson on pole, and he is joined by Adam Chimwelski. Jesus Christ, that was quick. Let me start that again. Simon Trebek is P3 and Samuel Dowman is P4. Didn't see you, blooming. P5 is Matthew Williams and he is joined by Gareth Howells. 7th is Patrick and he has Antonio Chow for company in P8. P9 is Francesco Bel Gonzalez in the BMW and he has Alan Accent in that Unlimited Esports Hyundai. Kieran Evans is P11. P13 is David Brewster and Stuart Bartley. He's keeping him company. Stephen Gasly on his P15th. And he has Anthony Hyde in P16. Lawrence Green is P17. Aaron Jackson is 18th. Tyrone Frith is 19th. Solder is 20th. Loriax is 21. And Kieran Kyle Benton 22 after his escapades on the through qualifying. So they'll be lining up now and getting ready for the very first race of the evening. They're making their way, getting ready to go to Redgate. There's a silence. There's the klaxons. And away they go. It's a good start. But the back there by Patrick. He always gets a really good start. And Simon Trebek gets a really good start. And Matthew Williams gets a great one. But Callum Wilson has just literally dropped all the way down the bottom of the grid there. I don't know what happened to him there. But everybody has just fallen completely back. And there's somebody off in the background as well there. But the man that made a great start was Matthew Williams from P5. Oh, there's a couple of cars off in the background there. That. And that's going to bring out the safety car. That is bringing out the safety car, so that's going to null the race there, and we are going to get to see the new safety car for the first time. Oh, that was absolutely diabolical. I don't know what happened there, but there was just cars everywhere. That has nulled the race down there. I'm not quite sure what happened to half the people, but Callum Wilson just looked like he just didn't get the car off the line, and he just couldn't get moving. I mean, the biggest winner out of all that was Matthew Williams, who just shot through the grid into P3. It was well, Adam Chimwelski, where's he going? Get the safety car. Cool. Gonzalo had a whack there. Wow, what a strange start. And that beautiful, beautiful safety car. Don't want to hit the safety car. It is, you can hit it. So I wish we had someone who could just get us some replays, because that was a mental start. That absolutely mental start. So the lights are off on the safety car, so we will be restarting after this lap. This is a little bit disappointed that I keep stuttering for some strange reason. I don't know if it's my stream that's stuttering or actual lobby. But let's have a quick look at the in-race standings at the moment. I have no idea what that is. What is that? As you can see there, it is Chumwelski P1 with Diamond P2 and Matthew Williams P3. Simon Trebek's P4, losing out on one spot there. Patrick P5, losing out. Actually gained a position, Patrick. Gareth Howells stayed where he is. Archie Jardine up to P7. Stuart Hartley up to P8 from down in 16th. David Brewster up into P9 as well. 10th and 11th is Anthony Hyde and Stephen Gascoigne. Loriax is P12 with Thrift into P13. Callum Wilson, the biggest loser here, from P1 all the way down to 15th. I just don't think he can get that BMW off the line. Kieran Evans dropping down to P19. So let's see on the restart if everybody can make a clean getaway again. Chumwelski will back it up a little bit here. I think right out of this corner, got to wait for the safety car to peel back into the pits. There it goes, and he's away now like a stab rat. But it looks like Downman has managed to keep very close to that. He's going to go for the lead on the first corner. Chumwelski gets away. He's cleaned that, but he's away now up the old hairpin. Getting a nice bit of a stretch here now with Downman. He's coming under attack from Matthew Williams behind. Matthew Williams having a look on the outside, gets it sideways, and that's going to give Trebek an amazing shot up at McLean's. Thinks about it, but he just can't quite get there. At the moment, this is the battle for P2 between 3, 4 and 5. Matthew going on defensive, but Simon Trebek is going to make a move up to the hairpin, up the S's, and he's through. Trebek showing why he is the champion, and that's Patrick having a look on the outside of Matthew Williams too. So is Gareth Howells, and his teammate Archie Jardine is catching him up as well. Please stop stuttering. Bit of door bashing between Howells and Williams as Patrick turns his way round the outside. Oh, a bit of a touch there as they make their way down to create the curves, an old hairpin, and that's Patrick through up into P4. Williams is falling backwards. He's also now got his teammate to who he's having a go at him as well. Now Stuart Bartley holding on to the coattails of Brewster in P8. And you see Kyle Benton having a look at Stephen Gascoigne as they make their way down to the Fogarty S's. He's got that job done almost, and then contact, and Steve's off into the barriers. Does he survive? He does. Trying to find neutral, and away he goes again. Steve managing to get it going again, but that is, he's dropped down into the pits goes Stephen Gascoigne. That's pretty much his race done and dusted there. Carl Benton and Callum Wilson now side by side, and he's also got Loriax for company there, and Carl Benton back up the inside of Callum Wilson at the old hairpin, and Wilson has slipped down 2 spots now. And here we are, it's Gareth Howells having a look up the inside of Matthew Williams, and it looks like Jardine has got past him as well. Matthew, and that's Jardine out, and that's Gareth Howells back up. And now we are here, Patrick on the outside of Downman as they make their way down to Fogarty S's. He's got it done before the corner, and that's Patrick P3, sorry. Trebek is 2 point something away, and this is, who is this? This is Brewster and no, who's that? Lost who it is. That's Alan Axon now we are with 15th, and that was Aaron Jackson we saw on board with Alan Axon, who is having a fight with, and that is Dalmond. Still trying to and Patrick gets it wrong, and he's off, and that is Patrick down back to P4, and that is Kyle. Is that Kyle Benton and Anthony Hyde? That is indeed Kyle Benton and Anthony Hyde, and there is Anthony Hyde we're driving with now, and now back to Gareth Howells in the Cupra. Oh wow, look at this, and Loriax and Wilson side by side as they met, and he's having a bad race today, Wilson. It can only get better. And this is Patrick. That is now, who has now got Gareth Howells stuck to the back of him. There we go, we're on board with Howells now. Oh, I don't actually have one. That is Matthew Williams on in the Cupra. Anthony Hyde and Wilson. He's trying up the Poverty S's. Hits his doors out, hits his elbows out, says thank you very much, that's my spot. Puts Hyde down to P11. And that's Stuart Bartley. Matthew Williams now on to, and that's Howells in the pits. I don't know what's happened to Howells there, unless he's got a penalty. On board with Matthew Williams now. Looking at the back of Patrick. Oh, and there's a contact between. Oh no, and that is Perth, and I believe that might be Vale. Oh no, it's Chow. Chow? Is it Chow or KO? Here we go now. This is on board with Vale. Williams, no, it's not. Wilson through on Brewster. Nice little battle going on here between Green and Vale for P16. So we haven't seen much of him, but your leader is Adam Jimwelski at the moment, who is 6.2 seconds down the road. Simon Trebek is P2. Samuel Dowman is P3. And Patrick is P4. P5 is Matthew Williams, and 6th is Archie Jardine. 7th is Carl Benton. 8th is Callum Wilson. 9th is Dave Brewster. 10th is Kieran Evans. Stuart Bartley in the Virtue Motorsports Hyundai, currently finding himself in P13. We're watching Carl Benton and Wilson. On board with Carl Benton. That's not Carl Benton. That is Wilson. It looks like he has got past. And look at this. Alan Axon making a way through on Bartley. Moves his way up to P13. Oh, and that's somebody diving into the pits, and that's Axon we are on board with now, watching Stuart Bartley get away from him into turn 1. Wilson tries up the inside of Jardine at the old hairpin, makes it stick. He's going to make it all the way around, and it looks like Carl Benton is going to follow him through as well if he can squeeze up the inside. Bit of a lock up from Wilson, and oh, bit of a touch there between him and Jardine. Where's Benton? There's Benton, just on the inside. Got enough. Forced his way through, and that's Jardine down 2 places. Oh, he's having a look back at Carl Benton at BVTCC. Oh, Alan Axon and Bartley coming together through the S's. We got a yellow in sector 1. And now something's happened here. Benton is ahead of. Oh no, that's Jardine, and that's Williams we're on now. That's Patrick in front. So Williams has caught up to Patrick. We are back on board with Williams, who is actually looking at Wilson. Sorry. Look at the speed difference between the 2 cars as he makes his way up to the turn, and that's him into P5. Through Coppice, down the Dunlop Strip to BVTCC. Just got that BMW so hooked up, Wilson. Benton now on to the back of Williams. And that's Wilson having a look at the old hairpin up against Patrick for P4. Don't think he's going to catch Dowman or Trebek or Chimwelski, but that is Carl Benton on the outside of Jardine up to McLean's. Oh, a little bit of a contact there between Jardine and Benton. Patrick has fallen foul of Wilson in that BMW. All going on behind the leaders here. I mean, the rate Wilson's going, he might actually catch Dowman for P3. There is 5 laps to go. And now he's Dowman there, he's just come through the old hairpin. Now the 2 teammates are, and it looks like Jardine has got in front of his teammate Williams. Quick look back at Lawrence Green, who is in P16 at the moment, just outside the points table. This is Brewster, top 10, fighting with Evans for P9. Four to go. This is Benton looking at the back of his teammate Patrick. We've lost Gascoigne, Lorex, Gareth Howells, 20th. Antonio P19. We're back with Benton again. Two teammates. Benton goes through on Patrick. Looks more like Patrick let him through there. Knowing he is the quicker of the two. And that's Frith having a look. Not green there. And that is P16. That's a lap car. That is Solder letting the cars through. That is, we are once again on board with Frith for P16 in front. Lap 18 of 20, and Wilson has stormed up the field. And here we go again. This is the battle for 16th between Green, Frith, and I think it's Vale. No, it's KO. And that is the battle there. That is Hyde and Brewster for 10th. And that's Anthony Hyde taking P10 straight away from Brewster. Bauman and Wilson getting very close now. He's going to try it again. He tries to get up the inside. Can't quite do it, but this BMW's got such a good turning circle that you can just get down on Dunlop Straight. It's right underneath him as they make their way to the S's. And that's job done for Wilson, who started pole, went down to practically 18th, and is now back up to P3. Taking away Dowman's podium position. I don't think he's going to get Trebek. And that's Tyrone Frith again, who has got Antonio for company. Oh, what the heck? And that was a bit of contact between, looked like a bit of contact on the front there between the BMW and the help me out guys, what was it? Honda. With a 10-second gap, your leader is Adam Chimwelski, who has just dominated this from the start. Could have been slightly different if Wilson could have got off the grid. Well, this Adam was saying that he was saying that he's not a very good driver, but something tells me he's telling fibs. And here comes action now on Anthony Hyde for P11. Has a look up the S's, can't quite get it done. Just check in with Simon Trebek, who's far enough in front now not to worry about. Here he is, the leader. We haven't seen much of him today. Well, Adam Chimwelski will take the first win of the new season. Commanding the race from start to finish. Fantastic. Simon Trebek will take P2, showing why he's the champion. Callum Wilson with a poor start and an impressive middle bit comes up to finish the P3. Samuel Dowman will finish out P4 and Carl Benton rounds out your top 5. Wow. So 6 goes the way of Archie Jardine. Matthew Williams is 7th. Kieran Evans is 8th. David Brewster is 9th. Alan Axon is 10th. Anthony Hyde is 11th. And Patrick must have penalty because he's just slipping down. And he goes all the way down to P12. 13. Stuart Bartley is P12. Oof. There we go. That is the end of There we go. That is the end of race 1. It is Chemwelski who takes the maiden victory over Simon Trebek and Callum Wilson P3. We said it'd be a 2 Beamers and a front-wheel drive car that was top 3. Samuel Dowman, impressive P4 there. Carl Benton P5. Archie Jardine is P6 with Patrick coming in P7. I'm not sure why he's now back to P7. I think he's got a penalty. Matthew Williams is P7. Yeah. 8th is Kieran Evans. 9th is David Brewster. Rounding out the top 10 is Alan Axon, and he is with Anthony Hyde in P11. P12 is Stuart Bartley. Ignore the numbers. 13 is Aaron Jackson, with 14th going the way of Gonzalez. 15th is Lawrence Green, and 16th is Tyrone Firth. 17th is Jamie Sodder, with 18th going the way of Antonio. 19th is Gareth Howells, and the others did not finish. So that was interesting. What I'm going to do now is we are going to set the grid for race 2. So please just bear with us, guys. It'll just be a blank screen for a couple of minutes. So I'm very sorry about this. Let me mute this. So we are back. I am very sorry, everybody. That took a little bit of time. We had to do that manually. Unfortunately, the app that I use just decided to give up. Nothing new. It's usually what happens when you're trying to, you know, get everything to go the way you want it to go. We are good to go. And race 2 can get underway. So we are going to move on to race.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
So race 2, sorry, the top 3 are, you know, Adam Chimwelski, Simon Trebek and Callum Wilson all should be on the hardest set of compound tyres as per the real life touring cars. The top 3 have to run the hardest compound possible, which is the mediums here. So if they were on softs, then it doesn't really matter because they've negated the rule. So just wait for them to wait for everyone to grid up. Here they go. They are on their way. So we can get this underway and get ready. So here we are, starting order for race 2 is as follows. Adam Chimwelski in P1 and he's got Simon Trebek in P2. Callum Wilson is P3 and Samuel Downman is P4. P5 goes the way of Kyle Benton. Archie Jardine is joining him in P6. Matthew Williams is P7. 8th is Kieran Evans, and we've got a car stranded on the grid. That is Archie Jardine. Dave Brewster is P9 with Alan Axon P10. 11th is Anthony Hyde and Stuart Barley is P12. 13 is Patrick and 14th is Aaron Jackson. 15th is Francisco Bale and 16th is Lawrence Green. Tyrone Frith is 17th and he's joined by Jamie Solder in 18th, Antonio Chow in 19th and Gareth Howells down in 20th. 21st goes the way of Jean Loriax. That is your 21 drivers. I'm a little concerned though that we have a car potentially sat on the grid and it's not moving. I'm just going to have to double check that. Archie Jardine is back in the pits now. They've managed to get that car out of the way. We have lost Stephen Gascoigne too. Where they go, it is a good start. Top two and a great start by Callum Wilson, who is managing to, he's just poked his nose in front of Simon Trebek, but he's going to get the undercut by the looks of it. No, Simon Trebek is coming out to try, and it's now Chimwelski and Wilson looking like they are having a fight for the lead, but I can't see nothing at the moment. There we go, we are on board with Wilson having a look at Chimwelski as they make their way down to the old hairpin. Simon Trebek not losing sight, and that's Chimwelski running wide, and that is him out, and he's gonna, oh, he's trying to hold on, and he manages to hold on to that. Just about, but he has dropped all the way down the grid, and that is him out of there. And it's Simon Trebek and Wilson having a look at each other now. And that is Benton into P3. Anthony Hyde and Chimwelski having a look at each other here. I think we're down to the S's, and that is Axon having a look at Patrick Hyde. No, it's not, it's just Patrick. There is Loriax and Green, and that is for P16. Brewster has slipped down to P17 by the looks of that. We have our first DNF, and that is Jardine, who didn't make it off the grid. The car looked like it had just stalled and given up. There is Axon, who is holding on to P8 at the moment with Chimwelski behind him. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Can't really see what's going on there, but Wilson looks like he is just stretching his legs now in that top spot. And this is Benton versus Trebek is who it is. Past and present champion. New best lap on Wilson there for a 109. Is that a 3? I think it's a 3. As we look back at Bartley and Hyde for that 10th position. But we're back up front, and it is Simon Trebek defending from Benton, who has got, and that is Williams behind him too. Back on board with Carl Benton, who is looking at the back end of that Hyundai. And that has given him the opportunity there. Trebek has opened the door, and that is Trebek. And he's going to drag Williams with him by the looks of it. Benton through. Williams has the inside for the S's. But that Hyundai is set up pretty decent, and he manages to drag his way back into P3. And we have got an Astra going very slowly in the background there of Evans. I think he might have missed the turn in there and had to go straight on, but that is acting up to P7 now. Now he's up the inside of Patrick, and they bang doors. Don't think he realised he was there, but that's action up into P6. Chimwelski holding it out there into P7, but he makes a big mistake, and that's it. Patrick is back through, and he gives him a smack in the door for good measure. Evans through as well, up into P8 goes Evans. We've got now, this is Bartley and Hyde for that 10th position. In the background there, we've got Howells on Gonzalez for the P12. At the moment, it is Howells who is sitting in the reverse grid positions. Chimwelski now. Come on. And that's Wilson with another fast lap, and Chimwelski through on Evans. P8. Got a sector 1 yellow flag in sector 1. Can't really see white there. But we have now Williams, sorry, chasing down Trebek. Another yellow in sector 1. That's a beautiful shot there of all the cars coming through the first couple of corners. And that is Trebek. Cameraman loves Trebek. Come on, get off, Simon! Jesus Christ! While the cameraman is in love with Simon Trebek, I'm just gonna. Here we are now, Patrick and Evans fighting for P8. And we join Brewster and Green for P17 and 16. Looks like we've lost Aaron Jackson too. He's now 2 laps down. We are on board with Trebek again. Look at the closing speed of that Hyundai. Wilson checked out. This is the battle for P2 between Benton, Trebek and Williams. And we got Howells having a look at Gonzalez there. Around the first corner, can't quite get anything done there, but we're back up here at the front with Benton, Trebek and Williams. And this Williams now fighting Trebek is giving Benton a bit of a breather, to be honest. Williams trying his hardest there. Gareth Howells and Gonzalez, but that is for the last reverse grid spot. Them guys are going to be going for it. Penalty for Lorax, who's down in 15th there. We join Gareth Howells again, looking at the back of Gonzalez there in the BMW. Trebek has dropped Matthew Williams now, and that has allowed him time to catch back up to Benton and mount counter-offensive. And here we go, we have Jimwelski again looking at the back of Axon for P6. It's Bartley, it's Gonzalez, it's Howells, and it's this. Oh, and Bentley gets the corner a little bit wrong there. That lets Gonzalez up the inside of him as they make their way up to the next corner, and that's going to be job done pretty much for the BMW. It's going to have the legs on the exit of this. And that is Infinite Loop Racing. That is Jim Welski we're riding on board with now. Gareth Howells through on Bartley, and that puts Bartley down into P13, and that's him out of the reverse grid now. Back with Benton and Trebek 4. That's Alan Axon. Looking at the back of Dowman. He's got Chimwowski all over the back of him too. This is the battle for P5. Little clusters of battles going on all over the place here, but Wilson has just checked out big time. As we look back, we can see Axon trying to set up, and that's Chimwowski having a look at the inside of Axon. A little bit of a lock up, try and get up there. That's Axon now. He's made a good move on Dowman. Positioned himself nicely for the old hairpin, but he's had to back out a bit there. Oh, very late on the brakes, and that has put Axon right back behind Chimwowski now. That could even put him into the clutches of Evans. Not quite. On board with Chimwowski. You can see that Wilson is 8 seconds out into the lead now. That's Adam, who is going to be going through on Dowman at the S's. Trebek having another offensive on Carl Benton to see if he can upset the two-time world champ, the two-time champion. Oh, and that's contact between Axon and Dowman. Currently, after 11 laps, it's Wilson who leads. Benton, Trebek, and Williams and Chimwowski is your top 5. Dowman is P6 with Axon P7. Evans is P8. Patrick is P9 with Hyde P10. Howells is 11 and Gonzalez is rounding out the top 12. And that is the final position for the reverse grid. Bartley is 13th with Brewster 14th, and Antonio Geo is in P15. 16th is third. Green 17th, Solder is 18th, and Jackson is 19th. And it looks like we have lost Loriax again. Axon still looking at the back of Dowman, and it is Trebek still looking at the back of Benton. Problem is, these two guys fighting, the leader has just literally scarpered away up the front. But at the moment, it is still Wilson, unless he has some sort of mechanical issue now, or his internet decides to frag itself. Not a lot he can do, anyone can do to catch him, I'm afraid. Yellow in sector 3. Looks like Brewster had a bit of an issue there. Just rejoined the track. That's dropped him down to P15. Here we are now with Gareth Howells and Hyde, and that is Antonio there too, and Anthony Hyde gets it all kinds of wrong, and Howells is through on him. Up into P10 goes Gareth Howells. Trebek having another look up the inside of Benton, trying to unsettle him still. Five laps to go. Oh, look at that. Trebek with a flash of the lights up against Benton. He's right behind him and he's trying every way to unsettle the two-time champion. Benton just holding off. That's Chimwelski and Williams getting together for P4, and that's Chimwelski just prying the door open on Williams, and that allows him through into P4. Can he catch up with these two guys? I think he can though, because these two are just really tripping over each other. Chimwelski is on a charge. We can see Alan Axon in the background there on Dowman. Speaking of, this is Axon on the outside of Dowman, setting him up. Can't quite do it there. Benton kicking up the dust. We can see Alan Axon again, still looking at the back of Evans, P8. There's Dowman, there's Axon, and there is Evans catching these two. These guys are catching that traffic now. Bit of a lock up there. Boy, Trebek, who gains a lot of time in the braking zones. Benton flashing the lights saying, come on, I'm on my way, let me through. And I can see in the background again that Axon is making another move as the camera flashes straight to him. He's trying to run the outside this time on Dowman. It's not going to work again. He's still not got it done. He just can't get past that Honda. And Evans is just drawing ever so close now. So is Chimwelski on these two. Cameraman always loves a bit of Trebek. We know this. Closest battle at the moment, apart from his teammate Alan Axon. Oh, he's got a good run on him this time, and he's gonna go for it on the outside as they make their way down to the first corner. Is he going to be in front enough to put the car where he wants it to be? He is, and that is Trebek through. But Benton back up the inside. And I'm terribly sorry, that was Benton we were driving on board with. And look at Chimwelski just catching them hand over fist. These three guys have completely dropped Williams back in P5. There's going to be one lap to go after this. Look at this, Chimwelski knows all over the back of Trebek now. Look how tight that BMW can turn. I think Trebek is going to go defensive here. Yellow in sector 3. That's roughly round about where these guys are. And look at that. Nose to tail. This is bit P2, 3 and 4. Jamalski up the inside of Trebek. They've got to try something. And at the moment, Jamalski's got him. You can just see the shadow of the BMW in front. There it is. Just edges in front. The BMW has got absolutely some swagger. And there it is. There's your leader at the moment. And he is due to be your winner of race 2. This is the lead. This is the battle for P2 at the moment. Jamalski he had a good start, slipped all the way down after a bit of an incident he had, no fault of his own, and has managed to fight his way all the way back. And Wilson has taken the win. Who's going to take P2? That's Wilson, P1, your winner. And it is going to be Carl Benton that holds off for P2 with Adam Chimwelski P3. Simon Trebek, fantastic effort, but he just couldn't keep up today. And it looks like Alan Axon has indeed had Dowman. And Evans has had him too. There must have been a bit of a coming together between them two guys. That was a good fight between the two there, between past and present champions. Let's have a look at the results here. Everybody, Callum Wilson takes the win in round 2 with Carl Benton P2. Adam Chimwelski takes P3 with Simon Trebek P4. Matthew Williams P5 and Alan Axon P6. 7th goes the way of Kieran Evans and Patrick P8. Samuel Dowman 9th and Gareth Howells is P10. 11th is Anthony Hyde and 12th is Francesco Vale Gonzalez, who rounds out the final reverse grid position. Stuart Bartley is 13th with Antonio Chao in 14th. David Brewster 15th. Tyrone Firth in 16th. Lawrence Green is 17th. 18th goes the way of Jamie Solder. Aaron Jackson is 19th, and we lost Loriax and Archie. God, eh? So that is the end of that race. Oof. I don't think I've got much breath left, to be honest. Now what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to go... what we're going to do is we're going to go dark on there, and then we're going to go spinny wheel. However, I can't do spinny wheel, but... not showing up for some reason. Let's see if we can get it going. So you can see what I'm looking at. There we go. Awesome. Right, so you can't really see it very well, but I'll fix that for the next time round. So as you all know, the reverse grid is between 6 and 12. And, well, this is the only way we can do it fair. We usually have some, you know, real life, they have someone sticking their hand in the pot and picking out a number. This time, we have the reverse grid wheel, which has 6 to 12 on it. We're going to shuffle it about a little bit, and then we're going to hit spin. And on pole position is going to be number 9. Number 9. Now, does anybody remember who finished in P9? Samuel Dowman is on pole position for race 3. So, I will get the grid sorted, and I will be back with you guys very shortly. There you go, we are back. That was a lot quicker that time, wasn't it? That's because things are working now. But just need to make sure that we are sorry about that. That was my... I think you probably didn't even hear it, to be honest. So, here we go.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Final race of the evening. And we've only seen the safety car once. You know what they usually say, safety cars breed safety cars. But this time, it has not. But this is race free. Anything can happen. So they will all be on the grid very soon. We will then get underway and do and this is the BVTCC, and we are powered by Rogue Energy and Thrustmaster at the moment. We do have some other affiliators if you check down below in my About Me section. There is some things to get some money off, discounts. Unfortunately, we don't get any free stuff at the moment. It'd be nice if we did. So, away they go. Hopefully the cars sound alright as well, because I'm not sure if they sound anything different or not. However, we can get underway and we can start the on pole position is Samuel Downman, and he has Patrick in P2 for which company. Kieran Evans is P3 and Alan Axon is P4. P5 is Matthew Williams with Simon Trebek in P6. 7th is Adam Chimwalski and 8th is Carl Benton. 9th is Callum Wilson with 10th going the way of Gareth Howells. Anthony Hyde is 11th with Gonzale in P12. 13th is Stuart Bartley and he has got Antonio Chow for company on P14. 15th is Brewster and Tyrone 5th. 5th is 16th. Lawrence Green is 17th, and he has Solder for P18. Aaron Jackson is 19, and Lorax is 20. Rounding out the top 21 is Archie Jardine, who had some unfortunate issues with the car. Stalled on the grid, so they had to get it off there, and he had missed out in race 2. That is lineup for this evening. I'd like to think that one of the new guys up front might take a win here, but I think it's gonna be Wilson, Benton, or Trebek, or even Chmowski. To be honest, he's shown a lot of pace, considering he said he wasn't very quick. Green flags are rising. Notes should be starting any minute. On board. Oh my god, that looked like almost like it was a jump start, but I don't think it was. And that's Patrick getting away very, very quickly. It looked almost like he leapt before the line, before the thing went even go. That is Patrick away, and off he goes. And it's Dowman to Evans to Williams, Axon, Trebek, and Wilson. Dowman now getting under attack by Kieran Evans. Oh, and that's a couple of punts there, and that's Loriak straight into the back of Brewster. He's allowed Brewster back through. That is a very, very good gentlemanly thing to do. And that is... who is that we're on board with? That's Gareth Howells. Looking at the back of Bale. Oh, and these two door bashing here. It's Jardine and Brewster. Typical race for him. That's somebody in the pits. Who is that in the pits? I think that might have been... is it Kieran Evans? No. I saw somebody peel off into the pits then. Oh, it's Loriak. Side by side. Chmowski and Gareth Howells. 4 P11. And there's Evans through. Up to P2. Goes Kieran Evans. There's Jardine and Bartley, and Jardine is getting his elbows out quite a lot now, and he's... oh, and Evans is going for the lead. Side by side, down towards the S's. Who's going to give up first? And it's Patrick that decides to back off, and that's Evans up into P1. And Patrick is lost. Oh, he's lost quite a few places there. He's in the pits. I think he did, you know. I think he got us. He jumped the start. Let's just put the cat amongst the pigeons here, as now we've got Trebek and Benton back together again. But Evans is... oh, Benton! Oh, no! Trebek! That's a big hit! I can't see. Where's Trebek? And that's Trebek DNF'd. Another one of the big hitters is out. Evans leads. Oh, and there's a bit of a crash between. I don't know who that was, but it looked like Griff just got turned around a little bit. Brewster trying to get through on Bartley. This is Axon. Dropping a spot to Gareth Williams. Or is Gareth Williams? Matthew Williams, sorry. And all the while, these are fighting. This is allowing Evans to get away. And that is Howells all over the grass, keeping his foot in it. There's another car in the background, looked like Bartley off into the grass too. Here we go, back. Williams having a look at... Oh, and there's a touch from Axon and looked like Wilson. I think that was a definite touch from Axon. Wilson on Axon there. Is he going to allow Axon back through? He does indeed. That's the best kind of thing you can do there. Very well done there. That prevents us from actually getting involved. Carl Benton, the benefactor there. Not for much longer though, as that BMW has got some legs on it. But here is Dowman and Williams. Matthew Williams having a look for P2. And there you go. Now Wilson gets it done professionally and cleanly. Can anybody stop this guy? That's Benton through on Axon 2. We've also lost Solder. Jardine up to P8. Chimwalski with a new lap time of 1:80. Wow. This is currently in the battle for P2. It's Dowman versus Williams. Whoa, very late on the brakes there with Williams. Manages to get it slowed down enough though that he doesn't take Dowman out, because if these two have a coming together, Wilson is going to be on them. Here's Chimwalski now on the back of Axon. At the moment, after 7 laps, it's Evans that leads, Dowman, Williams and Wilson. Benton rounds out the top 5 with Axon in P6 at the moment, being hounded by Chimwalski in P7. Jardine is P8 with Gonzalez P9. Howells is into P10, and that's Williams into the back of Dowman. That's very Plato of him. Oh, and that's given Wilson the look. Told you, if these two start tripping over each other, Wilson is going to be there. Brewster is P11. 12th it goes with Bartley. 13th Jackson. 14th is Patrick. Round 90, top 15 is Anthony Hyde. Benton, what a send from the 2-time champ. Doesn't quite get it done though. Good effort. Made for great TV. And that's Wilson now moving on to the back of Dowman. Can he last a couple of laps? How many laps can people last before? Oh, power slide! And that's Benton through on Williams now. That's him done. Penalty for Lorax there. Oh, and as they're coming to give it again with the 2. Here we go. Look at this. This is the battle for P4 now. Ten to go. There is no. Oh, I've pressed the wrong one. Wilson. Oh, and that's Jardine getting all kinds of wrong and entering into the gravel trap. That's going to lose him a couple of spots. Oh my God! And Williams has gone the wrong way, and that is Chimwowski facing the wrong way too. Jesus wept. What on earth happened then? And that is bringing out the safety car by the looks of it. That was a huge hit between, I think it was Williams and Chimwowski, but we've lost Jardine, we've lost Trebek. Just as everything was going absolutely smoothing for Kieran Evans, there's a big incident behind that causes the safety car to be deployed. Should only be one lap of safety car though, we think. This has indeed brought the entire, I don't even know why I'm wearing my headset, no one's on there. This has brought the entire pack together now. Kieran Evans absolutely must have been ecstatic up until he saw that safety car come out. I bet his mood just completely dropped. Safety car across the line. Does the lights stay on? Or do they go off? The lights are off. They're going to go back racing after this one. We've got 10 laps remaining. I really don't know why I've got so much lag at the moment. What can Kieran Evans do? Can he take a maiden victory on his return? Or can anybody stop Callum Wilson? The Astra may be old, but it's still pretty damn quick. not sure why people stay close to the safety car. You're better off letting it back up. And away they go. The green light is gone on, and it's Evans that leads them back over. And I don't understand. He's got another penalty, Loriak, so he must have peaked already. But oh, come on! And there is Williams and Howells, and that's Howells running very wide on the start, trying to get back on. But I think Williams has got the inside line for the old hairpin, and he's going to have that job done before. There is Chimwelski. Look at the Astra there of Jackson. Oh, and he's gonna go, but he manages to contract himself, and Antonio manages to stay, go in the right direction. And here is Bartley on Patrick for the top 10. It's all kicking off at the moment. Action is, and that's it. Wilson has got the lead. We didn't even see it happen. We knew it was coming. They're gonna have to nerf this chap, I think. On board with Axon. Unfortunately, teammate Trebek has DNF'd. And there is Anthony Hyde. Now, is he getting passed by Chimwelski, or is he passing? Now Benton on Evans. Can Evans stay in the top 3? And that is... okay, that... oh, and that's Griff again being fired off into the gravel by somebody else. And that's Dowman and Gonzalez. New best lap for Wilson. Benton trying now to get through. No, that's not Carl Benton. Thanks for that, dude. It's actually Adam Axon. So camera's a bit meh around here. So we've lost Solder. Bit unfortunate, but these things happen. Wilson just stepping away from it once again. Chimwelski up the inside. Oh, Bartley. Again, Bentley trying to... Bentley? Benton trying to get past. There he is. Carl Benton up the inside of Evans. Gets it done quick and neat. He's trying to fight back on the way down the hill, but it's an inevitable battle that you're going to lose, because the car on the inside is always going to have it. And look at this, that is Williams and Howells having a go at each other. Back up front with the top 3, top 4, because Wilson has checked out again. And we can see in the background there, look, the Dalman is getting hounded by Gonzalez. Do you know, I'm just going to call him Valley, because that's his name. On board with Kieran Evans, looking at the back of Simon Trebek, who is... no, it's not Simon Trebek. It's Benton, Axon looking left, looking right. Shoves it up the inside on the way to the first turning. This is going to be it for Axon. Gets it brake. Lovely. And that's job done for Axon. That's P3. That's the Unlimited Esports team into P3. That's a couple of podiums for both the teams, both drivers, if he can manage to hold on to it. 4 to go. So with 4 to go, it's Wilson, Benton, Axon, your top 3, Evans, Dowman and Vale, 6th, 5th and 6th. Williams is 7th, Howells is 8th, Brewster is 9th. As we are now riding on board with Nico Vale, Valley, I don't know, you know. And that is Jim Welski and Patrick banging the doors. The BMW's got the line though, and it's pretty much job done. But it's not. Patrick says no, no sir, no sir. So here we go. It looks like Evans hasn't quite finished with Axon yet for that P3. Once again on board with Evans. It's unfortunate that the race one is just a matter of just everyone getting the feel for each other and just seeing how the land lies with everybody, and then finding out what your pecking order is. And that is Jackson. Driving around in the BMW, and that is Patrick and Jim Welski again. Wilson sets another new best lap. On board with Alan Axon. Looking at Benton for that P2. They've dropped Evans now, so back with Axon again. We've lost Antonio now. To go now as they cross the line, as the leader takes the line again. Here we are again. This is Howells and Williams having a good old fight. We go back to Axon at the front, and what I can see is Dowman and Vale are they're still together, them two. They've been back and forth for quite a while, and what I can see is all settling down a little bit now. Back on board again with Axon, still staring at the back of that Toyota of Benton. So we are on to the final lap of this race now as the leader has taken the line. Wilson leading, Benton second, Axon third. Fourth is Evans. An impressive fourth for his return after 2 seasons out. Dowman, P5 at the moment, where I wonder if Vale will have something to say about that. Williams is P7. Howells is P8. 9th is Brewster. 10th is Chimwelski. 11th is Patrick. Bartley is 12th and Hyde is 13th. Jackson is 14th and 15th is Frith. Here he is, your leader at the moment, Mr. Wilson. Treble 4 BMW, making it 2 for 2. RX has got another penalty. Needs to stop cutting corners. And that is your winner. P2 will go the way of Benton. Alan Axon takes P3, and a great return for Kieran Evans for P4. P5 goes to Samuel Downman. Francesco Vale is 6th. That's Wilson. He is a very quick driver. He will be the one to watch for definite. Coming around the corner is Frith, taking 15th, final points position. The session results are as follows. It's Callum Wilson that takes 2 for 2. Carl Benton P2, and Alan Axon is P3. Kieran Evans on his return has a good result in P4. Samuel Downman P5. Francesco Vale Gonzalez is P6 with Matthew Williams P7. Gareth Howells is 8th. Dave Brewster is 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Chimwelski. 11th is Patrick with 12th. Stuart Bartley. Anthony Hyde is P13 and Aaron Jackson is P14. Tyrone Frith takes 15th with Lawrence Green P16. Loriax takes P17 and Antonio Chow, Archie Jardine and Simon Trebek all are DNFs. So that's the end of the races, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I don't have an outro video. It wouldn't think. Thank you ever so much, man. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But yeah, as I was saying, I got sidetracked again then. Please don't take much to sidetrack me, to be fair. So there we go. It is Callum Wilson, the one to watch at the moment, taking 2 for 2. And I think it would have been a clean sweep if he hadn't have got the start in the first race bogged down. I think he would have. I think he definitely would have taken 3 for 3 there. So thankfully, he didn't. Congratulations to all the winners, all the podium sitters. And thank you everybody for watching. Unfortunately, all I have is a blank screen to offer you now, and I'm going to bid you all a farewell and a good evening. We'll see you soon on the next one. Hopefully it will be a lot better and things just won't go out of our control. And I'll catch you all soon. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye now.